welcome to another video. In this video, I made Dwight D. Eisenhower's family tree, and if you see something weird, please tell me because I feel kind of weird. I don't know what's going on. So let's start. This is Dwight D. Eisenhower's family tree. This is him. This is President Dwight Eisenhower. At birth, his parents called him David Dwight Eisenhower, but then his mother changed it right after he was born. So since then he was known as Dwight David Eisenhower, not David Dwight. But when he was born, he was David Dwight. Um, Eisenhower's Eisenhower's parents were David Jacob Eisenhower and Ida Elizabeth Stover. His mother was a little bit older than his father, but she died after him, and she was older but outlived him. His paternal grandparents were Jacob Frederick Eisenhower and Margaret Rebecca Mather, I think. His maternal grandparents were Simon P. Stover and Elizabeth Ida Judah Link, so she had two middle names. Eisenhower had two older brothers and four younger brothers. His older brothers were Arthur and Edgar, and his younger brothers were Roy, Paul, Earl, and Milton. Edgar, actually, no, Arthur was the oldest, and he outlived, I think, two of his younger siblings. It was Paul and Roy, I think. Because either Paul or Roy died as a baby, so it's probably Paul. He died right after birth. Edgar was older than Dwight, but they both died in the same. No, they didn't. Edgar died 2 years later, so he was older than him, but he outlived him, and he lived till he was in his 80s. And Dwight was not only, but he was 78, which is a pretty old age, but it would be more fun if you lived longer. So, Eisenhower married Mamie Geneva Dowd. Actually, her real name was Mary, not Mamie, but they called her Mamie. They had two sons, Dowd Dwight Eisenhower, nicknamed Ikey, because Eisenhower was nicknamed Ike, like in his campaign song. It went like this: "You like Ike, I like Ike, everybody likes Ike." So that's why. But actually, he had children way before he was president, and his older son, Ikey, because his nickname is Ikey, Ikea. He died when he was 3. Died of scarlet fever when he was 3. And his other son, John Sheldon Dowd Eisenhower, lived till he was in his 90s. That's a big difference. So obviously Ike was never married, and John married Barbara Jean Thompson, and they had 4 kids. Dwight David Eisenhower II, he used his middle name, David, Anne, Susan Elaine, and Mary Jean. Dwight and David and Anne were the only two of Eisenhower's grandchildren to be married while he was still alive. David married Julie Nixon, the daughter of President Richard Nixon, and Nixon was actually the president at the time of Eisenhower's death. And I think she was also no, actually they were married before he was president, I think. And so next is Anne. Anne married Fernando Echevarria Uribe. I think he was Mexican or Spanish, probably Mexican, because Fernando is a Spanish name, but he could have been from South America. I don't know for sure, maybe, but I think he's Mexican. So that's the whole family tree of Dwight D. Eisenhower, and you can tell me in the comments if you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And tomorrow I'll do John F. Kennedy's family tree. Um, Also, if you haven't noticed, I'm invisible, so I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know where the subscribe button is, so bye bye.